Hey everyone, welcome back. The latest Star Citizen Live was a crafting and inventory Q&A with developers directly answering community questions and talking about where these systems are going. Starting with material quality and the question everyone has been asking. Can you increase the quality of materials by compressing lower quality ones into higher quality? The answer from CIG is no, and they gave a clear reason for it. They want high quality rare materials to remain genuinely valuable. If you could compress 100 low-quality units into 10 high-quality ones, it would flood the market and devalue both the materials and anything crafted from them. The long-term vision is that discovering high-quality rare materials should feel like a meaningful moment, and the tension of gathering it safely, refining it, and eventually crafting something exceptional with it is part of what gives those items their value. That said, low and medium quality materials are not going to be useless. The upcoming changes to the refining process will give them a genuine role. When refining to produce steel, for example, you would use iron ore as your primary input, which determines the quality of the steel output, but you also need a secondary material like carbon. The quality of that secondary material is less critical, so lower quality carbon is fine to use. This means lower quality materials stay relevant without allowing players to simply convert them into high quality ones. On to player trading, which is one of the most requested features since crafting launched. CIG confirmed it is coming, but it needs a few things in place first. Social features are being updated now as the first step. After that, they need to provide a marketplace for players to advertise goods, a physical commercial space in-game, and eventually player bases and shops further down the line. The vision is genuinely awesome. Players will be able to set up shops at their base, list items for sale from anywhere via Mobiglass, and even trigger hauling missions automatically when a remote purchase is made. Specialization will be a natural outcome, with some players becoming known for rare blueprints, crafted weapons, high-quality materials, or scavenged components. For now, though, social tools come first and player trading follows once those are in place. Shop quality is also going to improve. At the moment, NPC shops only sell zero quality materials, but CIG confirmed they will sell better quality materials in the future, just not the highest tier. They want players who have put the effort into finding the best stuff to be able to sell it at a premium without being undercut by NPC shops stocking the same thing. Now, for the big 4.8 crafting expansion, ship component crafting is arriving. Power plants, coolers, shield generators, ship weapons, ship tractor beams, salvage attachments, and mining heads and gadgets will all be craftable in 4.8 with stat changes based on material quality. Backpacks are also becoming craftable in 4.8, though the initial versions will not have stat differences yet. Those will come in a later update. Refueling related craftable items are also coming in 4.8, but similarly without initial stat changes. To handle larger items being crafted through the existing fabricator, CIG is implementing a stopgap solution in 4.8 where crafted items output directly into your local inventory rather than appearing on the fabricator. So a size 7 ship weapon will simply appear in your inventory rather than materializing on the machine. Proper larger fabricator types are in development for the longer term. On blueprints, there is a lot of good news. Around 300 blueprints were added with mission hooks in 4.7, with roughly 1,000 more already created that have not yet been assigned to missions. These will roll out with each patch going forward. 4.7.2 is adding new Nyx missions that bring their own blueprint rewards beyond missions. CIG confirms several other ways to acquire blueprints. Reputation with factions and companies will unlock blueprints either as grants or available to purchase from that faction, rewarding players who have built relationships with specific groups. Blueprints will also be lootable on datapads found in the world. When you find a blueprint on a datapad, you can download it to your own library or pass the physical datapad to someone else to sell or trade. Once downloaded, the blueprint is removed from the pad. NPC shops will also stock blueprints, but these will be the more common varieties rather than rare ones. Blueprint research is also coming. When you first acquire a blueprint, it starts at Tier 1. Putting it through a research machine allows you to upgrade it to Tier 2, then Tier 3 for most items. Ship blueprints extend all the way to Tier 5. Each tier improves the stats of what you can craft and may open up additional material options. Reverse engineering is not currently planned, but CIG mentioned that upgrading blueprints may involve tasks like dismantling a certain number of an item first, which serves a similar purpose. A dedicated blueprint library app is in development for Mobiglass, so you can view and manage your entire collection without going to the fabricator. This will likely arrive alongside or after blueprint upgrading is implemented. What about crafting bigger items in the long term? Beyond the 4.8 stopgap, CIG is developing additional fabricator types for larger items. When base building arrives, there will be dedicated crafting buildings for ship scale items. The largest ships like the Bengal carrier will eventually require a space station dry dock to build. That is a long way off, but it is the direction everything is heading. On salvage and crafting integration, there is a significant change coming. Construction materials will eventually break down into the specific materials that each ship is actually made of. Salvaging a Gladius will yield a material specific to that ship. Salvaging Vandal ships will yield Vandal-specific materials that cannot be obtained any other way. This makes experienced salvagers genuinely valuable, since knowing which ships carry which materials and where to find them efficiently is a real skill. Quality is preserved through this process, so the material quality of the ship parts determines what you get back. Regarding blueprint drops from boss fights, CIG confirmed that data pads found at boss fight locations will be one avenue for rare blueprints. The Valakar and Ursa Mandibles boss fights will have blueprint rewards tied to them. Looting the surrounding area of those fights will also yield better loot than equivalent locations elsewhere. Dismantling elite NPC gear is also confirmed as a source of high quality materials. If you take gear from a named or elite enemy and choose to dismantle it rather than keep it, you will recover some of the higher quality materials it was made from. On the question of gear degradation, CIG confirmed it is coming and gave some early numbers. A power plant running continuously without any maintenance is estimated to last roughly a week and a half of in-game time before reaching zero functionality. That is described as an extreme case, since constant non-stop use without any maintenance is not typical play. Repairs can restore functionality, but each repair also slightly reduces the maximum functionality ceiling over time. Eventually, items will need replacing entirely, which is the point since it feeds the crafting and trading economy. Pledge items are a special case and will never fully degrade to zero, though they will still wear down and require maintenance. Item recovery and claiming will not reset functionality on degraded items. What has been worn down stays worn down. The degradation system is specifically designed to make crafting feel meaningful long term. If items never broke, there would be no reason to keep crafting them. On the inventory side, the 4.8 update is changing the inventory grid from 5 items across to 4, which will make icons larger and easier to identify. Anti-aliasing is being added to item icons, which should significantly improve legibility, especially for undersuits which are currently hard to distinguish. The team is working toward making inventory interactions instant with no delay. Widescreen support is planned after 4.8 that will let players scale icons up and down or switch to a simple text list view entirely. Folder structures for materials of the same type at different quality levels are in development. Instead of seeing 20 separate copper entries in your inventory, they will collapse into a single copper folder you can expand. Merge and split options are also coming. Merging combines multiple material containers into one with the quality averaging out, useful for lower quality materials you are not tracking precisely. Splitting does the opposite and will be particularly useful for dividing large cargo boxes into smaller units for player trading or distribution. Custom labels for inventory boxes are also confirmed, so you can rename containers and see that name when scanning them with a tractor beam. That is everything from the crafting and inventory Q&A. Crafting is clearly only going to get bigger with each patch, and the blueprint system, material quality, player trading, and gear degradation are all building toward a genuinely deep, player-driven economy. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will catch you in the verse.